What's up, guys? I've been receiving a lot of questions regarding rack effects units and rack effects gear, and specifically what I use in my own setup. As you can see, I only use rack effects units for my rig, and I wanted to make an in-depth review of exactly what I use and what I prefer in my own electric guitar rig. But you can also use a setup for a bass rig or even a microphone rig as well. Alright, the first unit in my rack effects rig is a Furman M8DX power conditioner. It has a voltage meter, which is a very nice feature, and it also has these pull-out lights here, which come in handy, especially for stages that are very dark and events like that. And basically, what a power conditioner is it's a unit that will protect your gear from a power surge. And if something were to ever happen, like let's say the power goes out at a show or you're at a venue or something happens, your rig will stay fine, it'll stay okay. Some power conditioners actually have a feature that will keep all your units on until you can turn them off. This one I don't think does that, but it gets the job done, and I get a great clean power source going through all of my rack effects units and my head. I would highly recommend one of these to anybody out there who has a guitar, bass, or any type of rig, even for your home theater system or some sort, because this is a very big necessity. It's not really a fun thing to have, but it's a necessity. Trust me on that one. The next thing I have is my Line 6 Relay G90 wireless guitar system. I actually got this recently. I used to have the G30 Line 6 unit, but I ended up upgrading to the Line 6 G90 because it's in rack form, and it's great so far. I love it. It doesn't cut any tone. I haven't had any problems with it at all. It has a lot of nice features to that one too. And, I can review that one if anybody has any questions later. Also, the next unit in my rig is a Korg Pitch Black Pro rack mount tuner. It's pretty simple. It's just a plain tuner. It has some features to it, like a mute button, and it has a cable checker, which I'll probably never use, but it's a nice feature to just have. It has really nice display modes, different modes to use for, different ways to tune it. I personally just like, display number 1 because it's very simple and straightforward, and I really like number 2, but that just kind of gets in the way too much, especially when I'm playing. The next unit I have is a Rocktron Hush Ultra. This is actually my noise gate unit, and I actually was considering buying the ISP decimator. I think it's called the G system of some sort. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But I ended up going with this model instead, because it actually has presets, and I'll explain why I need them later. But I use presets a lot in my guitar rig, especially for live shows, because they really come in handy. And it's a great system. It has the threshold and the gate threshold. It's super easy and very simple to just get used to. And I really like this unit a lot. It's my favorite noise gate unit at the moment. The next unit I have is, and actually my most important unit, is my TC Electronic G Major system. It's the G Major 1. This one's also great. This is actually just for plain effects only. It has all your simple bass effects like reverb, delay, chorus, compression, pitch, filter. It has all these really nice features to it. So this is why I use this system specifically, because I love, effects. Especially delay in my sound, and it doesn't have any distortion-based effects in it, which some people might not like. Me personally, I don't mind, because I don't use any distortion-based effects in my rig at all at the moment. And yeah, it has a lot of great features. It even has like a noise gate that I've never really used, but it's nice to have it there just in case something were to happen to my noise gate system. It also has presets and everything like that. It also has, levels over here to level the input and output of the system that's going to your amp, which is actually very important, because actually there are so many different, digital effects units out there, but if you're going to get one for a guitar rig, make sure it has this levels right here, okay, because it's very important. Make sure it has the input and the output, because if a system doesn't have that, then you probably will have problems with the unit sucking tone, or taking away volume from your overall sound. which trust me, you're not going to want. So please make sure that if you do end up getting a Rack Effects processor, make sure it is for guitar, or bass. And I actually used to have a Sonic Maximizer unit because, I've gotten questions about that, like, why don't you use a Sonic Maximizer? And I've had them in the past, and trust me, they're great units. And basically what a Sonic Maximizer does, to those who are new, a Sonic Maximizer, specifically the BBE 482i, is a unit that basically clarifies the sound of your overall tone. And trust me, it does wonders on your sound. But I personally don't need one at the moment because I'm using my EVH 50-watt head. And, I don't actually need that type of, clarity in my sound because my sound already has clarity, at least to my ears. And I actually control these three units because these three are plugged in through the effects loop. These two specifically are plugged in through MIDI cables. And actually, my EVH 50-watt head actually is MIDI based. So I have a MIDI cable going from the EVH to my guitar noise gate to my guitar processor effects unit. And I control these three units with this, which is my MIDI Moose foot switch controller. It's made by Tech21. And I would really recommend, getting a MIDI foot switch of any sort. There's also the MIDI mouse. I specifically like this one a lot because it has, I think it's 5 presets on the front, which is great. So for my live rig, I can just like click them there, and the way I use it is this is my high gain with reverb, high gain with delay. This is like my filter kind of sound, and this is my clean channel, that I use for tuning. And this is actually, I love this because it's so simple. This is all I use live, actually, and this is all I ever have to use live, which is great. So I love my setup at the moment. I love how simple it is. Of course, it doesn't look simple at first glance, but trust me, it really is once you get the hang of it. And, yeah, guys, I mean, if you all have any questions about any of my, Rack Effects units, if you want me to demo out a specific unit, just let me know in the comments or message me. Also, my band Air Divide recently released our debut single, so be sure to check out, our song. I'm gonna put a link in the description below. But, yeah, guys, I mean, if you have any questions, just let me know, okay? Alright, thanks.